So we're going to finish working on my art car. And we're going to add the last movement in, which is the triangle pose. And to prepare our bodies, because we've been kind of, eating lunch and kind of maybe got kind of stiff a little bit, we're going to work on triangle pose. So I want everybody to stand up. And when we go into the triangle pose within the Ma'at Ka, you're going to do it in a certain way. But when we do triangle pose regularly in Kemetic yoga, we have three basic variations that we do. And so the first one is called variation 1. Okay, yeah, 1. So what I want you to do is come back to the back of your mat. And so when you're teaching this, right, a lot of our people, number one, you're teaching a lot of people who probably haven't never done yoga and stuff. You want them to be comfortable. You don't want them to run away after the first class and never come back because you tortured them too hard and stuff like that, And also, you want it to be therapeutic because we got a lot of people who got issues with their knees and with their hips and their shoulders and all kind of stuff. So this method of doing triangle pose is very therapeutic for the body. And so it's therapeutic for the knees. When you have problems with your knees, you don't want to bend your knees a whole lot. You want to bend your knees maybe at about a 90-degree angle. Okay? So 90 degree is like a right angle, right? And so we make a lot of right angles when we're doing our practice of Kemetic yoga. And so when you bend your knee, so when I say bend at the 90-degree angle, I mean like you're about like that. So this is a little bit less than 90 degrees. If I was going 90 degrees, I would make this into like a square. But I want to go about 90 degrees, a little bit less than 90 degrees. And as I go into that position, I can feel the muscles around my knees working. So the knee itself doesn't have any muscles, but you have muscles that support the knee, okay, in your thigh, in your lower leg, and so on and so forth around. And so we never want the knee to be in past the ankle. We want the knee and the toe to be lined up with each other. So in other words, I don't want my foot, if my foot is going straight, I don't want my knee to go over like that. I want my knee to stay in alignment with my toes, and I want my knee to be in alignment with my ankle, okay? And so once I achieve that, if I just did that position, if I just did like this would be a good position just to help to strengthen your thigh because you can feel your thigh muscle, you can feel your gluteus muscles. You got 3 of them, gluteus minimus, medius, and maximus. So most black people, we got gluteus maximus. So we want to go down and we want to put our arm, so we put the left foot first. And then we place the left arm across the left thigh. And we put our weight there. The back leg remains straight. So we keep that leg straight. And we put the weight on the outer edge of the back foot. Come out a little bit wider. Okay? And then let your hip drop down into it. And then you put your right hand on your right hip. And you turn your chest out to the side. Then you extend your right arm straight back. Rotate and turn your palm up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and lift your arm up to 12 o'clock. Lift your arm up to 12 o'clock. Then as you exhale, let your arm come straight over your ear until your arm is parallel. Okay? Keep your hand facing the ground, facing the floor. Okay? Your elbow is straight. And again, you're using this as an opportunity to breathe. Open up your breath, open up your lungs. Okay? So come this way. Is this as far as your arm can go?
Yeah, that doesn't supinate. It doesn't turn over.
It doesn't go further?
It can go up.
It doesn't go this far?
But it won't go up like
Would it go this far?
Yeah.
Would it go this far? Okay. Now put your right hand back to your hip. Put your left hand to your thigh and then push up. Stand back up. Okay, so you're gonna, huh?
When you stand up, keep the knee bent or be straight?
No, when you stand up, you just come back to here, come here, then you can just step back.
And all the muscles that are involved with that, you're trying to strengthen them. Is that the point?
Yeah, you're strengthening and lengthening. Yeah, so you're lengthening. So all of the stuff that you think won't move, that you think is stuck up there, you're lengthening out to there. And you're trying to keep your arm even with your ear. And then when you come out, you just come here, 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 and you push up so you don't strain your back. And then you can step back. And you should feel the change in your breathing. Okay? So let's switch legs. So now the right foot is going to go forward. And then you're going to bend the knee slightly. And then put your right arm across your thigh, put your left hand on your hip. Okay? And then put your hand like this. You know how the black ladies do it. Okay, and then extend your arms straight up. Put your arms straight up. Now rotate from your shoulder joint and bring your arm straight over your ear as you exhale. And go fully. Don't turn your head, brother Dooley. Keep your head. And then let your arm come out like that. Straighten your elbow. And you lengthen it all the way from the hip all the way to your fingertip. Okay? And then breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and lift your left arm up. Bend your arm, put your left hand to your hip. Put your right hand to your thigh. Now push up.
Okay.
Push up. There you go. You're doing good. You said that was easy. Good. Okay, now step back. Okay. Now that's triangle pose. Real simple. And so all we doing is working with the body, the way the body is made. Your hip is a type of a joint called ball and socket, right? So your hip itself is a socket. If my forearm was my thigh bone, that's called the femur. And then the tip of the femur, the head, I have the head that fits into the socket. And so it turns at different angles. And so what Sister Fulani is talking about, sometimes that socket and the head, it's supposed to have a tissue on it called cartilage that's supposed to keep it from rubbing bone against bone. And there's also supposed to be a fluid in between there called synovial fluid that keeps it from rubbing up against. So we want to keep, so that ball and all of these different structures, they have those connective tissue, they have the fluid in there, and they also have muscle and different connective tissue that hold everything in place. And so we're trying to work all of that.
But with age, it disappears.
Well, it don't disappear with age. It disappears. Well, age has some effect on it, but a lot of times it's our diet, it's things that we eat, it's things like that. So more importantly than age is what we put into our bodies. So we want to avoid like sugar. We want to avoid denatured foods, foods that don't have any nutrients in them. We want to avoid a lot of heavy animal foods. We want to avoid and we want to get the foods, not just avoid certain things. We want to get foods that have the things that our joints need. So we want to get foods that have a lot of vitamin C, that have calcium. Vitamin C and calcium work together. You can't, calcium is not going to work if you don't have enough vitamin C for your body to absorb it. And if you go to the grocery store and you buy some orange juice or something and you think you got vitamin C, you don't have no vitamin C. You got to get a fresh orange, fresh tomatoes, fresh fruits, vegetables, even things like Brussels sprouts have vitamin C. And then you got to get foods that have the calcium. So it's a whole science to the whole thing. But in the meantime, you have to also be doing the right movements. And so these movements are going to help to strengthen, lengthen, and open up the joints. Okay? So let's try it. So there's 3 variations. Second variation of the triangle pose is like this. So watch me first. I'm going to go out to here, and I'm going to bend that knee, and I'm going to get that first position. Then I'm going to turn my hips to the side so I keep my upper body straight. Then I'm going to take my left hand, put it to the right side of my body, then my right arm down, I'm going to focus here at the shoulder and turn my arm out. So I don't want to turn just my hand. I want to turn my whole arm from the shoulder. This hand is here. I breathe in to here. That gives me an inhalation that I can then exhale and release to come down and bring my shoulder down to my thigh. Then I breathe in and I breathe out 3 times. Then I breathe in. I turn my arm out, and then I exhale the arm down. Bring this arm down, come up, pivot, okay? And so I want to come out of the movement systematically. I don't want to just say, I can just do like this, and then I can just do like this, but I want to do it yogically. So I want to do it systematically. And that's what we call geometric progression, because you're starting as a 1, and then you come to this position, then you rotate, you come here, then you bend, then you come here, and so you're going to a geometric shape, little by little, till you get all the way down, then you come up, turn, here, exhale, you're using your breath. Come back to here, and then you come back to your original point. And so now you're training your mind to be systematic. So when you're making your sandwich at home, you're making your sandwich, you're taking the bread, you're putting on some peanut butter, then you get some jelly, then you throw some this and that, and you put the top on. You do everything systematically. Brush your teeth. Whatever you do everything systematically. And you apply you systematize everything that you do.
Systematize.
Yeah. Yeah. There's an order to everything. Everything that you do has an order. You can't, just like when the brother working with technology and stuff, he got to do one thing. You got to do the first thing first. You can't do the third thing first, and then, you be all discombobulated. So the same thing is with your body. Okay, did it work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go. So let's take left foot forward and then bend the left knee. And once you get the knee bent, focus at your center and turn all the way to your right. And then take your left arm. No, I'm sorry. Put your left hand on your right side of your body and extend your right arm straight down. Yeah. Now rotate your right arm out to the side. And as you breathe in, switch arms, Dooley. As you breathe in, lift your right arm up. Put your right arm next to your ear. Okay. And then right arm next to your ear. Then lower your left shoulder down to your left thigh. Don't move your arm. Release from your hip. Your arm got to stay with your ear. Your whole body moves as one piece. Put this shoulder, put this down to your thigh. Keep your arm where it is, where it's supposed to go. Right there. Good. Okay. Turn and look. So try to get this to touch that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now breathe. Breathe. Look at sister here go. Go, oh, sister, go on, sister. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Great. Okay. Now push against your foot. Inhale yourself up. Keep your arm next to your ear as you come up. And then turn your arm out and exhale your arm down and release and feel the energy. Okay. And then left arm down, and then you can step back. Okay.
We turn our foot.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you will do it all the way, if you do it all the way correctly, you come up on your heel, you turn your foot back, then you step back. Okay, good. See, that's a true yogi for you right there. Okay. Okay.
I was thinking, systematic.
Okay. So y'all should feel this in your hip joint. You should feel the hip joint. And these are simple little things. You don't have to do all kind of twist it all up and all, and then, you know, you want to do things that you can feel. Okay. So that's triangle pose. Now, when we do Ma'aka, we do triangle pose like this. So after we do, so we're gonna wind up here, and we shift the hips back. We wind up here as we exhale. Yeah, my balance ain't came back yet. When they did that thing to my head, they had to. My brain got hot, and so it says that you lose your balance and stuff temporarily. Okay. Yeah, about 4 weeks or so, but it probably take my brain about 6 years to recover now. No, I'm thinking like a few more days, like maybe 6 weeks or 6 days or six, 7 more days. Okay, so from here, you come here, and then you're gonna turn like this, and you do this triangle where you take the left hand, or you take your bottom hand, and you stiffen it against your foot, and you turn, and you look up at your opposite hand. Then you turn back to here. Inhale back up. Come back into pose of shoe. And then breathe in. Exhale the palms together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the head back. Inhale up. Back of the hands together. Exhale halfway down. Inhale. Exhale the rest of the way. Make your fist. Then bend your knee. And then that allows you to come up, extend, step, and then repeat the whole process on the opposite side. Okay? But I'm giving y'all piece by piece. Okay? So, start off at the back of your mat. And then put your left foot forward. And this time we're going to keep the legs straight. So let's inhale, exhale the palms together. Inhale the back of the hands together. Exhale, make a straight line. Now breathe in As you exhale, bring your body parallel to the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, tilt to the left. Let the right arm go up. So switch sides, switch your direction. Stiffen your right hand against the inside of your left foot. Stiffen your left hand against the inside of your left foot. And turn your head and look up at your right hand. So your right hand is the one that's extended above you. Okay? So y'all have to learn how to listen and just make your body do from a verbal cue.
Okay.
Okay? So you should know your left from your right, right? So if I say, put your right arm up, your left arm down, you should know how to do that automatically. Okay? Now, I want you to take your entire body and turn like an airplane. Turn. Bring your body parallel to the floor, chest parallel to the floor. And then I want you to inhale up. Inhale up. Hold your breath, hold the movement. Now exhale into shu. And then inhale. Exhale your palms together in front of your chest. And then inhale your arms up. Let your head go back. Bring your head up straight. Let the back of your hands come together. Exhale out, make a straight line. Now breathe in. Now exhale your arms down and bring your hands into your fists. Now, let's see if y'all can do it. Now, bend your left knee and then take your right leg up. Inhale, lift it up. Extend your right heel. So I want you to come out to here. And then put your heel down. Okay. So what I want y'all to do is you're going to be like this. You're going to extend, put your heel down, and then step into your right foot, lift your left foot, and then you right it back into the position. Okay? Okay. And that's how you switch sides. So that's how you do the other side. Okay? And then you can march down like when we go to Jamaica, we do this about 50 times. We march down the field, in the sun, yeah, and it's hot. And my car, all the way down. We done this in front of the pyramids in Egypt and stuff before too. Yeah, so we be kicking ass. Come on. Okay. So now your left foot is forward. Everybody bring your left foot forward. Right foot forward. I'm sorry. Right foot forward. Okay. Now, let me see. We got mirrors over here. Look at your
You want us to turn around and face this way?
would that make sense? Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so come back to the back part of your mat and then see if you can see yourself in the mirror and then step your right foot forward. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. And then rotate your arms out. And you're breathing in, breathing out as your hands come together. Now, inhale the back of your hands together. Exhale, make a straight line. Now, inhale. Now, exhale your chest over your thigh. Keep your leg straight. Keep this leg straight. And then bring your chest parallel with the ground. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, breathe in. As you exhale, rotate so that your right hand comes to the inside of your right foot. And your left arm goes straight up so that both your arms are making a straight line. So the left arm is aligning with the right arm, being straight. Good. Okay. And then breathe. Inhale. Exhale. I got you. Exhale. Say, okay. Now turn your body parallel with the floor. Inhale and turn parallel with the floor. Exhale. Inhale up. Bring your head up. Look at the mirror. Exhale. Bend your arms. Inhale. No, arms like that. Exhale. Your palms together. Inhale. Your arms up. Bring the back of your hands together. Exhale. Make a straight line. Inhale. Exhale your arms down. Okay, good. Okay. Now you can step back, bring your right foot back next to your left foot. Okay, make it easy. Okay. Okay. Now that's just a triangle pose part of the sequence. Y'all like, whew, whew. Goodness gracious. Okay. Now I think we're ready to do the whole thing now. Okay. So we're gonna make it still keep it kind of simplified. So come back to the back part of your mat, and I want you to take your left foot and bring it forward. Okay. We're gonna start from the beginning. Both your legs are straight. Open your hands. Rotate your arms from the shoulders. So turn your arms out. As you breathe in, you're lifting your arms up 3/4 of the way. Pause. Exhale and bring your hands together. Inhale and tilt your head back. Exhale, release your neck, open up your throat, let your head go back. As you are breathing in, bring your head up straight. Look forward. Don't let your eyes move around. Shift your hips back and bend forward. Keep this straight. Touch your fingertips to the mat. Keep your hands together. Keep your head in between your arms. Now inhale yourself up. Pull your breath in. Hold it. Pause. Exhale your head back. Release your neck. Open up your throat. Inhale your head up straight. Let the back of your hands come together. And as you exhale, make a straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Okay? Now breathe in. Now everybody be on the same accord. Exhale and turn this way. Turn to your right. Now turn your palms to your right towards me. Breathe in. Exhale and bend your arms into Ka. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head to your left. So open up your head to your left. Inhale and bring your chin over your chest. Exhale and turn and look to your right. Turn your head, bring it back to center with your chest. As you breathe in, turn your body back to the front. So inhale, inhale, pause your breath. Slowly exhale your palms together. Slowly breathe out. Now, you're going to come up on your left heel. Come all the way up on your heel. Bend your right leg. So you're able to lift this leg up like that. So all your weight is in your right foot. And then bend down and bring your hands down to your big toe. Bend your right knee. Now fold your arms halfway to your chest. Don't touch your chest with your arms. Now breathe in and come up. Inhale up. Put both legs straight, both feet flat. Exhale. Now inhale your arms up. Exhale your head back. Inhale your head up. Let the back of your fingers come together. Back of your hands come together, rather. And then exhale, make a straight line. Breathe in. Exhale your body parallel with the floor. Inhale. Exhale and rotate your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Your right arm up. Turn your head and look up at your right hand. Now turn your body parallel with the floor.
I feel like an eagle when I'm.
Inhale yourself up, fly like an eagle in the sky. Okay. Exhale as you fold your arms back into car position, back into shoe. Okay. Now breathe in. Pretend there's a big giant ball of energy in your hand. You're holding this big energy and compress that big ball of energy down to the size of a marble in between your palms. Now, as you inhale, let your arms rise. As you exhale, let your head go back. Inhale your head up straight. Let the back of your hands come together. Slowly exhale. Make a straight line. Hold it. Breathe in. Exhale your arms down to the side of your body. And then make your Kemetic fist. Bend your left knee. Now, we're going to take the right leg. We're going to move it all the way through. Lift it up. And we're going to extend the heel. Put the heel to the mat. And then transfer your weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot. Adjust your balance. Okay, find your balance. And then open up your palms. Rotate your arms. And then inhale your arms up. Inhale your arms about 3/4 of the way up. Pause. Then exhale your hands all the way up. Don't go so fast. Now inhale and tilt your head halfway back. Exhale and release your head back all the way, open up your throat. And as you inhale, bring your head up straight. Hold your breath. Shift your hips back and bend forward and touch your fingertips to the floor. Keep your hands together. Let your head go down because it is connected. Everything moves as one piece. Now flatten your back and raise up. Inhale yourself up. Pull the breath in, pull the energy in, and then slowly exhale your head back. And then bring your head up. Inhale your head up. Let the back of your hands come together. Now exhale and make a straight line. Palms facing the ground, facing the floor. Now breathe in. As you exhale, turn to your left. So can you put this leg back? And put the other leg forward. Okay? And then turn your palms towards me. Okay, not this way.
It doesn't supine.
It don't turn like that.
5-year-old surgery.
Breathe in. Exhale and bend your arms. Inhale. Exhale and turn your head to your right. Inhale your chin over your chest. Now I know that some of y'all always when I say you don't have to bring your head down. I just want you to bring your chin in the same where your chest is, not like that. Okay? Okay, so I'm sorry if I didn't get the right language. Okay? And then turn your head, look behind you, towards your opposite arm. So once you turn your head in both directions, then you just bring your head back to the center, right? And then you inhale your whole body back to the front. So breathe in, hold your breath, you pause, and I want you to visualize a big giant ball of energy between your hands. You compress it down as you exhale, down to the size of a marble in between your palms. And then inhale, come up onto your right heel, bend your left knee. And as you exhale, ease downward and bring your hands down to your big toe. Now bend your arms about halfway to your chest. As you breathe in, come up from your waist. Put both your feet flat, both your legs straight. Exhale. And as you are inhaling, let your arms extend up. Eyes always stand forward. As you exhale, release your neck, let your hair go back. Open up your throat. As you breathe in, bring your head up straight. Let the back of your hands come together, and then exhale and make a straight line. Now breathe in. As you exhale, bring your upper body parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, let your right arm go down, the right hand locks into the inside of your right foot, and turn your head and look up at your left hand. So you're going in the opposite direction, Miss Fulani. Switch your legs. Yeah, now you got it. Okay, good. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now turn your body parallel with the floor. So turn your body parallel, arms extended out. Exhale, and then inhale yourself up. After you come up, pause, hold your breath, look forward. Exhale and bend your arms into ka or into shu. Now remember, you got that big ball of energy. Breathe in, and as you exhale, bring your palms together, feel that energy between your palms. And as you inhale, extend your arms up. As you exhale, let your head go back. As you inhale, bring your head up straight. Let the back of your hands come together. And then exhale, make a straight line. And then breathe in and exhale your arms down next to your body. Make your Kemetic fist. Bend your right knee. And then inhale your left foot up and put your left foot down next to your right foot. Okay? And so now you did both sides, right? And so you can either keep going or you can finish after you did left side and then the right side. Okay? You got that? So let's have a seat. Okay, face it. Y'all can face this way. Okay? And
Yes, I said it.
and so that's the okay. Good. So that's the entirety of what we call Ma'at Ka. Okay, so it's a whole sequence. And so when you get into, and so you can conceive Ma'at Ka as being similar to like doing sun salutation. What's that when they do 106 sun salutations? Kala Mala, Mala Kala, something like that? What they call that? They do 106 sun salutations in Indian yoga. They call it the something Mala. And so I'm not saying do 106 of those, but you could do multiple ma'akas that's march across the floor doing them. Bam, 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 bam. You know, and they get you in shape, you know. And, you know, it'll put you in shape. And so you practice those your sequences, okay? Anybody have any questions about my art car?
Yes, I think there was Taken pose.
Tekken.
Taken pose. That was the first one we started with, right?
Yeah, you want me to go through the whole thing?
Well,
Okay. You want to help me, sisters? She's an expert.
okay.
Well, she's the mistress of my art car. So the first one is Tekken.
Taken.
Yeah, so it begins.
This one. Starting.
The obelisk. That's
Well-
the obelisk, right?
Yeah,
The left foot. This one.
yeah. So you start off with the left foot. I'm gonna send y'all videos of all of this stuff.
Tekken.
So you're gonna get it in your email.
Okay.
So
We-
don't worry. So
Okay,
yeah,
don't worry.
yeah, because it's gonna be a lot just to go through. Because because it's a sequence.
Yes.
So you got each posture, which is going to be so you got all these you got so many postures within the sequence. So you're learning each one of the postures. So but we're gonna review it, but we got to move on to the Tekken sequence. So any other question about Ma'at Ka?
No
Okay.
questions, but I think it's worth mentioning that when we're in the Kemetic fist, it's not a hard fist. It's as if you have butterflies
Okay.
in your hands. It's a soft fist. So some people like to do that. It's not. It's a very soft fist.
Okay.
And the wrist is down like this, so the energy is flowing this way. So not hard.
Yeah.
Some people like to do hard. Soft butterflies.
Okay.
Butterflies in your. Can I say something about butterflies? Yeah. And that's when I was like, oh my goodness. So the first time I went to Egypt with Lucia, the first place we went was the step pyramid. And Sophie was our guide. So he was talking to us. And it was like 35 of us, and they're looking, this is our first pyramid that we're seeing. So everyone's in awe. The canvas, the sky was really a really nice blue. So it was just beautiful. But everyone was looking this way, and there were two white butterflies flying over my head. But no one, so I was like, but everyone was too busy listening to Yasir and Sophie. I was like, well, am I dreaming? Because I thought I was dreaming, because seeing the pyramids for the first time and just seeing the sky and everything was just out of this world. And I'm all like this. And so I was like, but we're in the middle of the desert. What are two butterflies doing here? So to make a long story short, after that, when I'm getting on the bus, I didn't know anyone at the time, but we became good friends after, being in Egypt. Nikki was like, girl, I saw those two butterflies flying. I thought they were gonna land on your head. I said, you saw them too? She was like, yeah. And then I went to Sobi. Sobi lives in Kemetic. And I said, Sobi, but he didn't see them because everyone was so in awe. And I said, do butterflies normally fly around here? And he's like, no, this is the desert, sweetheart. He was like, there is a place where there's bushes. He was like, you don't see trees or any flowers around here. So, no, but there are specific places where you'll see butterflies. So then I was like, totally confused. But, yeah. It's like butterflies. But there were two white butterflies. No one saw them but Nikki and me. And I'm all like this. Everyone's all listening to Sia and Sophie. And I'm all like, these two butterflies too.
And we're planning a reunion of that group
Oh,
to go back to Egypt
that was so much fun.
in November. Yeah, so, but it's open to anybody who wants to go. Yeah, but we're trying to get the people that went before to go again.
I always remind myself when I'm doing this about that connection about the butterfly.
Yeah.
Can I also give one more tip
Sure, as many as you have.
on the when the arms are coming out, and this just helped me. When the arms are in any of the postures, when the arms begin to come out,
I like to think that I'm lengthening out of my shoulder joint. So I'm extending my arms out as opposed to just coming out. And the energy is flowing out my fingertips. So think about it like your aura, like you're expanding, it's an expansion. So when you do, when you come here or wherever it is, and then you get ready to open up, I like to think of my ox wings. So they're opening and I'm expanding, and just thinking that it just creates a longer line with your arms, right? And the energy goes out more. And then when you come down, you just, I don't know, it just, the connection of it, the aura and the connection of it is just more powerful. And I think if you think that whenever you're doing anything with your arms, even this, all of that, everything, it's just feel that connection more. Just it works for me. I just want to share. Like when you're going through the practice, just think about that, because sometimes people just right. But if you do it with intention, right out the shoulder joint, it's almost I'm reaching all the way down there and all the way down there, and I'm only in here, but I'm going beyond that.
That's right.
It I don't know, it makes it stronger. The connection is more powerful.
Yeah, because your arms, you're not supposed to just lower your arms or
Yeah.
raise your arms. You want to extend, so your arm is moving from the connection point.
Yeah.
That's why when you extend the arm out and you focus here, and I say turn your arms up towards the ceiling, you don't just turn your wrist, you turn your whole arm from the ball and socket. That's why it's important to understand your anatomy. You got your ball, you got your socket, and your ball. Your shoulders are ball and socket. Your hips are ball and socket. Your knees are what? They're joints. No, they your knees and your knees are
They're
hinges.
hinges.
It hinges like a door is on a hinge. It opens and closes. Your knees open and close, but your hips can go all kind of different directions because they are ball and socket. Your shoulder can go all kind of different directions because it's a ball and socket. Okay, and so that's why you want to keep it moving so that you can keep replenishing the tissue and keep replenishing the fluid that keeps them from becoming bone on bone. Okay, and even if you have a condition, because everybody got conditions. Everybody, we are, our bodies are the product of our genetic code. And so, one of my sons, he had diabetes. He didn't have diabetes because he was abusive to his body. He had diabetes because it was part of his genetic code to have diabetes. So it wasn't nothing anybody can do about it other than, work with it. And so, so if your body has a situation where you are losing your connective tissue, you still have to move. You still have to work with. You have to work within the confines of what nature is giving you, And so, any other questions about Ma'aka? So you want to feel energy. I know at the end I could see y'all was feeling the energy. Y'all was like, And so that's what you want to do. You want to feel the energy. Same thing. Now my icon, we did that first because I think it's a little bit more complicated than the Tekken sequence. And so Tekken sequence is based upon the Tekken. And it seemed like, more I think about it, it's like a lot of our stuff is involved in the Tekken. So what is the Tekken? What is that monument that these people called the founders of this country? Why were they so fascinated by ancient Kemetic symbols and architecture that they use that architecture as the foundation of their enterprise that they call America, right? Why do they have the Washington Monument? Why is it such a significant um, um, symbol to them? Why is it such a significant symbol to the Pope that he get up every morning and he pray to God in front of the Tekken that they stole out of Egypt? They took that Tekken was built thousands of years ago, and they took it and took it down and figured out how to carry it and put it on a boat and take it all the way to the Vatican. So why they so fascinated with this stuff? So these things, these are symbols that have a lot of significance to them. And so and so we should understand what they mean. And so the Tekken is uniting, this is the way I interpret it from a yogic perspective. The Tekken is uniting the earth with the heavens. Okay? So it's extending into the heavens. And what's written on the Tekken, when you look at the Tekken, when you read the text on it, it has written, I am the Sa-Ra. So Hatshepsut, she has a Tekken that's still in Egypt. They didn't steal that one. And on her Tekken, it says, I am the Sa-Ra. I am the child of Ra. The reason why I am able to be the queen. Now, Hatshepsut was a female, right? She was a female queen, or she was a female king. She was a female king. So she took on the title of the Sa-Ra. She took on the title of the Night Suit BT, okay? And she said, the reason I am able to do this because Ra told me I could do it. So y'all can't say nothing to me. You know, I am appointed by Ra to do this. And it's written right on her Tekken. And on her Tekken is all of her different names, her titles and her names. On her Tekken is all the accomplishments, many of the accomplishments that she did. Things that she did, how she upheld Ma'at. I have been a humble servant of the Creator, and I have upheld Ma'at in everything that I've done as in my capacity as the king. I have upheld Ma'at. I have done everything I'm supposed to do, you know. And so that's what the whole thing is about. Have we all done, you know, have we as individuals, have we done everything that we're supposed to do in our own capacity? So Ma'at was something that that each individual is supposed to do within their own realm. If I am the king or I am the person in charge, I am supposed to uphold Ma'at for everybody, for everything. But if I'm just a person who's working in my shop, I'm supposed to have Ma'at reflected in everything I do as a business person, in my shop, in my work that I'm doing. It should reflect Ma'at, okay? And so if I'm a parent, my parenting should reflect Ma'at, so on and so forth, okay? So Ma'at was the underlying ruling principle of ancient Kemet. Okay, so everything was about Ma'at. Okay, and so all of that is, well, yeah. See, they had these. So this is a lady whose name is Ma'at. And yesterday we showed you the image of Aset. She does the same pose, except Aset has a throne on her head. But Ma'at has the feather on top of her head. Why does she have a feather? Because the feather was symbolically weighed on a scale with the heart. Okay? The heart is on one side of the scale, and the feathers on the other side of the scale. And this is at your judgment. After you have made your transition into the afterlife, your soul, your when they say soul, they're talking about your consciousness is weighed against the feather of Ma'at. And so in order for you to go into the afterlife, your heart has to be as light or lighter than the feather. So it has to be balanced there, right? Okay. And so when you were sahufied, what they call turned into a mummy, when you died, your body was taken through the different rites and ceremonies involved with preserving the body, then they kept the heart. They would dig it. They took a instrument and they dug through the nostril of the deceased person. They tore out the brain. They threw the brain away because the brain would make the body rot. But they kept the heart in place. And they put a green stone. Like, what color is the heart chakra? Green, right? They put a green stone right in the area where the heart is. And they maintained the heart inside the body because the heart represents the consciousness of the person. Okay? And so modern European people, they laugh at the ancient. They say, oh, they thought the heart was the seat of consciousness. We know the brain is the seat of consciousness. But what does the latest information on the heart tell us? That the heart vibrates at a faster frequency than the brain, and that the heart receives information and then transmits it to the brain. So your heart center. So we think of the body only in terms of function. We say the brain is carrying out these executive functions and the frontal lobe does all these different things and blah blah blah. But we're not thinking about energy, and we're not thinking about different centers of the body and the vibrational rate that they operate on, because everything is vibration. So like what our friend Wayne Chandler wrote a book called Ancient Future. He talked about the 7 laws of Tahuti. The white people call them Hermetic laws. They say these are the laws that came from Hermes Trismegistus. No, they're the laws that came from Tahuti of ancient Kemet. He had the body of a person and the head of a bird called an ibis. And he invented writing. He invented, knowledge. One of his names is thought. That's where the word thought, to think, comes from. His name means thinking. So we invented thinking. That's using your brain to think, to figure stuff out. That's why aliens, we didn't know aliens to come down to show us how to do. We figured that out ourselves because we were thought. We were Tahuti. We encompass everything out of that in ourselves. And so, Ma'at is the foundation of the entirety of the civilization. That's at the foundation of the philosophical and scientific understanding. And so, so learning about the different netaru. So the word neter, that means that force that created everything in the universe, that which is unknowable, okay? Because the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Kemetic people said that force that created everything in the universe, that started everything off in creation, it is beyond our ability to comprehend. This is our worldview from our ancestors, right? That we don't learn about. Now, these white folks is learning about this. These white folks, they've been doing Kemetic yoga for at least 2 centuries. These white folks, they've been having Kemetic temples, doing Kemetic ceremonies and stuff for at least 2 centuries. At the University of Chicago, where they have the first school of Egyptology at, where I live in Chicago. They have a Kemetic religious order. And when I call them up, I say, hey, I'm interested in blah, blah, blah. They say, no, you can't come. It's only for us. They don't let me come there. I just want to come and see what y'all doing. But they speak the language impeccably. They know all the stuff. But we be like, oh, I got to go to India. I got to learn from Swami so-and-so and all this kind of stuff, because, how can a black person know something about anything? So we reject our own selves, How yoga got Afro in it. Oh, well, there ain't no real yoga. There's Afro in it. Africa, that's the place where yoga comes from. I say even the word yoga is African. Like I don't care about all that stuff. They tell me, what? You're not using the right word and blah, blah, blah. Yoga is African. Yoga is black. Black people invented the word yoga, so don't tell me nothing. Huh?
Yoga, what does it mean?
I can't hear you.
What does yoga mean? What is it meaning?
The word yoga means, they say, this is the parlance of the mainstream. So the mainstream world of yoga, they say that the word yoga means to yoke, that it literally means to yoke. What is a yoke? A yoke is a device that you put on the neck and shoulders of a beast of burden that is like an ox or mule or something that you have plowing your fields, and you use the yoke in order to control that animal to make them click, 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 go left, click, click, go right, blah, 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 right? And so that's what the yoke is. And so the mainstream of the yoga world is telling us that the word yoga means to yoke, and it means that your mind is like a wild beast, and your mind has to be yoked. It has to be controlled. And so you have to sit and make yourself be disciplined and make yourself be, a certain way, be still, sit there for hour after hour after hour and train yourself, and there's something to that. But there's something else to it too. Like this sister, she's doing Afro flow, flowing, moving your body, See, so our perception of yoga is coming from that particular part of the world where they was like very austere. They was living, like a very sedate, rigid type of life. That's why our concept of religion comes from. We say God is this, very rigid person. And God said, don't do this. And if you do it, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to smite you. And so you're going to have pestilence. And you're going to have, disease. And you women, they say, y'all women was the one who tempted Adam. So we're going to make y'all have period, and we're going to make your childbirth be painful. That's what they said. Now, I don't know if they said that in the original text or they just threw that stuff in it, but they say they got to punish women. And then it says, y'all black people, y'all the sons of you are the descendants of Ham. So therefore you are cursed that you got to be the carriers of water and the hewers of wood. In other words, you got to be slaves. And they put that into the Bible. And they said, God said it. Well, I ain't got no choice but to make y'all slaves because God told me to. I'm not going to go against God. So I'm going to make you a slave. I'm going to oppress the woman because the woman is weaker. She was made out of Adam's rib. She not equal to Adam. She made out of his rib. She ain't nothing but a piece of rib tissue, a rib tip. You know, some barbecue sauce on her. You know, and so that's the type of thinking that we're working with. So when we think about yoga, we think about you must hold this position, you must hold it for a long time. And this sister said, no, we're gonna be moving that energy, you know, because African dance is yoga. That's yoga. When you're doing African dance, what happens? You go into a trance. When you playing the drum, you playing music. Music is nothing but trance. We're trying to go into trance. I want to go into trance. I remember when I was a little boy living in the ghetto, and on the corner they had the little holy roller church. And they be in there getting sanctified. I used to go in there because I just be looking at them like, damn. And they be all on the floor, you know, doing stuff, and getting the Holy Ghost and stuff. I was fascinated by it. But that's yoga. When they get holy, when the Holy Spirit come up in them and they start doing all that stuff, that's the Kundalini. That's the Kundalini. In yoga, they use this word Kundalini. That means that this life force, this energy has been activated. You got a whole school of yoga called Kundalini Yoga. Okay? And so I have my own understanding of it, but they say, they say you want to raise the Kundalini. So your practice, you're supposed to use your breath in such a way that you cause the Kundalini to rise up from its dormant state 3 inches below your navel and rise up and rise through the chakras and it gets to the crown of your head and blah, 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 right? And so that's how that's supposed to work. But what we say is that when people are getting sanctified, whether it's in, if you're getting sanctified because you believe in Jesus Christ, or you getting sanctified because you believe in Ogun and Shango and Yemaya and all that stuff, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. If Yemaya comes on you, if Shango come on you, if your ancestor come on you, and you going through the thing, but then when you get finished, I was told to tell you this. I was told to tell you that. This is all yoga. This is African yoga. And sometimes sometimes in Africa, they go into movie. I wish I could have showed y'all the rest of my presentation. I'll show you all the things I've seen in Africa, with my own eyes. And so, you have people doing full lotus positions and back bends and going into deep poses and stuff in order to open up these energy channels, in order to allow them to have these transcendent types of experiences that gives them connection to the spirit world, whereby they can then communicate the information that they received on the spirit world back to the community. Okay? And that's the purpose of yoga. It's not going to the gym every week and sculpting your abdomen and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is good. That's a nice side effect. But that's not the purpose of yoga. That's one of the things that we have taken yoga and said, well, we can use it for this. If I'm working with an athlete, I can work with an offensive tackle for the Chicago Bears, and I could teach him how to be a better offensive tackle in terms of blocking a 300-pound man that he has to go against, right? I can teach him how to do that because I'm going to use yoga principles. So you can use yoga all kind of ways, but the original purpose of yoga was for you to have a transcendent experience that allows you to change your consciousness and allow you to have a connection to the spirit world. That's what yoga was. That's what African dance is. That's what African drumming is. That's what African religion is. African spiritual science. I call it African spiritual science, not religion. It's a spiritual science of how to have this experience and make your connection to the spirit world. So that's what we're trying to do when we're doing all these different things. When we're doing Tai Chi, when we're doing Qi Gong, when we're doing those slow internal movements, and we're connecting the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. We're doing Kachari Mudra. All of that stuff is about how am I changing my own frequency so that I can vibrate at a frequency that makes me become in tune to the universe and pick up information that's there. So they have this word called the Akasha. They say all knowledge, all the human experience, all spiritual experience is all contained in the Akashic record. Where's the Akasha? It's all around us. The past, the present, the future is all around us all the time. But we have to tune into it. We pass those amongst us who are very sensitive. Some of us are very are too sensitive to the point where the other people around us who are in authority, they say, "Oh, this person crazy. We're gonna lock this person up. This person hearing voices. This person is saying things that don't make sense," and they lock you up. Some of y'all like that to some degree, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know, Fulani, you're the main one.
That's why I was asking you the space after the breath. You said there's a pause in it, and I'm wondering if there's some kind of religious or psychological genius in that pause.
Well, just do it and you'll see.
I need an
The question is yes, but I can't tell you what it is. It's in that empty, it's in that pause. That's where you connect with everything else at.
And one of my takeaways from this session, breath, I've learned that when I breathe in, my stomach expands out.
Mhm.
All this time I've been taking yoga, and my stomach never expanded out when I breathe in.
Mhm.
And so it's a totally different feeling. And I can get to the void once I pause and then start the breathing again. So that's a really good feeling, and thank you. I really
Yeah.
learned about how vital the breath is.
Yeah. See, most people when they're doing yoga, they want to go real fast. They just used to that because the people who are in charge of yoga now is telling you when you do yoga, you're supposed to go fast. When you're doing a stronger yoga, you're supposed to hop, skip, jump down into chaturanga and all this kind of stuff. Up dog, down dog, warrior 1, 2, and 3. Do it real fast, you know. And so we're missing out on the other experience of yoga that you can have. You put yoga with the drums, then you're going to get a whole nother experience, you know, the rhythm, so on and so forth. So, my thing is just slowing everything down, but you can speed up, but you got to be in harmony, in tune with your breath.
And that's where I had when you was teaching the moves on how to be in harmony when we're doing the arms going up, expanding the arms out, breathe in. It was becoming very difficult to do that technique of the stomach expanding when you breathe in. It's very difficult for me to work that in. When
Yeah.
Blake started off and taught us about how to expand the belly when you are breathing in, it was so easy.
Mhm.
He said you need to do 10 reps.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was feeling so good. So I would practice that more with the moves and try to connect the breathing with the moves.
Right.
Is what I need to work on.
Right.
What does yoga music sound?
Well, she was playing it on the did you,
Can you sing us a yoga song?
I ain't got no yoga song. She might have a yoga song. He might have one.
Do you play, would you use your body or an instrument? What's the
Instruments.
Cool.
And I sing.
And can you give an example, show an example?
Sure. Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerio. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you everything is fine in my mind? So we mix jazz, we mix everything with when we do Afro yoga, um, African music. I have kalimbas that I play.
Yeah.
I have flutes I play. So we read the audience, the participants and what people need and the energy in the room before we start.
You hear what he said? He said they read what people need. That's part of that's what a yoga teacher is. A yoga teacher can feel that what, oh, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z today. Do you read the read? Say, oh well, the people need this. Go ahead, brother.
Some people might need a Beatles song, Let It Be. It's all helps the healing. People need certain things for the.
I like to play "Come Together" by the Beatles in my class.
Yeah.
I play Michael Jackson's version.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
Why is jazz hated so much and say it's the devil's music?
Well, by who?
People, well, as long as I was raised up, people would always say that.
Well, the
That
whole
sounds like some extreme Christian thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they call a lot of things the devil's music, in certain Christians. So that's a whole nother.
Even when you watch the movie Sinners, that was a big thing in there about the music, the blues and the music that he was playing, and the popular music. And yoga is the same way. People say yoga is worshiping the devil and all this kind of stuff, Yeah. All this.
Well, I think they had deities. Doing that, that's the only reason.
Hey, and look at some churches. If you're not coming to church 6 days a week and giving a certain amount of money, and anything else you're doing is devil's work.
And then you got to eat the fried chicken.
Yeah.
Kill yourself with the fried chicken and all this stuff. Get gout. Oh, brother so and so got the gout. Deacon got the gout.
So it depends on the audience. I mean, who you're, everybody has an opinion, but doesn't mean it. Devil's music, I don't know. I've never really heard that about jazz because there's so much spiritual.
They've said that about jazz before too,
Absolutely at the beginning. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the reality.
I like to sing too, and with my grandmother, people in the community back in the day when I was growing up. Why do you like the devil's music? Not singing it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Because it had beautiful stories and beautiful melodies.
Yeah.
The drums and the saxophone and the vocals and everything that goes along with it. It's very beautiful music.
And when you say that, I think Grandma's Hands, Bill Withers' song, I mean, we do all those, it depends.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna go on to the Tekken sequence. But yeah, jazz, black music. The first thing that they tried to ban was playing drums when they first brought us over here, because the drums is sensual So when you start playing drums, you start playing music, you know, it makes you, it's sensual, not sexual, but it's sensual. You go to Africa and people can walk around with their breasts out. Nobody bother them. Nobody rape them and do all kind of stuff. But you know, they can move and they can do all kind of stuff. Go to Brazil and you see people. Yeah, I'll be like, damn, y'all don't never wear no clothes, you know, and because they still, you know, in touch with that old culture. So so anyway, so music is something that we put with our yoga practice. We put jazz, you know, like I play. I'm about to get some music from you, brother, but you know, we play Coltrane. We play Alice Coltrane.
Yeah, Love Supreme.
Love Supreme and Johnny the Section Ananda. We play Sais by what's his name? Sais Egypt by Lonnie Liston Smith. Yeah, you know. So we play a lot of different things, you know. But sometimes in my class, I'll be playing Michael Jackson and all kind of stuff, you know. I'll be playing Wu-Tang Clan. I'll be play some of anything in my class. Okay, so Tekken sequence. So to prepare ourselves for Tekken sequence, let's go through a couple of poses. So let's start off with our legs straight and our feet together. Okay. And then I want you to bend your knees slightly. So we're going to go into a forward bending pose. So when you're teaching, as you add this, I don't know if y'all are yoga teachers already, but some of y'all are. So if you're teaching, you know, forward bending pose, basically in yoga, we go forward, we go backward, and we twist, and sometimes we go upside down, and sometimes we go lateral. So like, say, triangle pose is a lateral position. Forward bending is a forward position. We could do a backward bend, which is a backward bending position. We could do a spinal twist, with a twisting position, and then we can go upside down, which is topsy-turvy. We can do shoulder stand, headstand, handstand, variations of all those. So that's all yoga is, a variation of those several different body motions. So bring your feet together, bring your legs together, flex your feet, put your hands in the back of your knees and sit all the way up onto your sit bones. So what they call sit bones, technically are called ischiotuberosities. You have two of them, left and right. Okay, so you want to sit up and you slide your hands down towards your ankles and you put your left hand in the back of your left leg, your right hand in the back of your right leg. Okay? Now, your goal is to try to lay your chest to your thigh, put your chin to your knee. So you want to breathe in first, and you always want to go into the position as you exhale. Once you finish your exhalation, stop. Breathe in again. And as you exhale, go a little bit further, lengthening, using your hands to pull your body forward into the position. And then breathe in, exhale, release your legs, extend your arms forward. Now inhale up. Your arms are parallel with the floor. Put your legs flat. Now exhale your hands down to your knees. And then close your eyes. And breathe in slowly. And breathe out slowly. And breathe in. And breathe out. Okay? Again, legs together, feet together. Bend your knees. Keep your feet flexing towards your body. Place your hands in the back of your knees. And then sit all the way up onto your ischiotuberosities. Now slide your hands down towards your ankles. Take your left hand, put it in the back of your left leg, right above your ankle. Put your right hand in the back of your right. So you got your hand right above your ankle, both hands. And then breathe in. And then exhale your chest closer to your thigh. And then breathe in again. Exhale a little bit further. And breathe in. Exhale a little bit further. Let go of your leg. Extend your hands past your feet. And then breathe in and come up. Put your legs flat, flex your toes. Now slowly exhale your hands down to your knees and let your shoulders relax. Now close your eyes and breathe. And feel that pleasant energy that your body is receiving as you increase your blood circulation. Okay? One more time. Feet together, flex your feet towards you. Why do we flex the feet? Because we want to contract the muscles on the top of the leg so that we can lengthen the muscles in the back of the legs. Why do we bend the knees? Because we don't want to have any strain on our backs. So we bend the knees slightly while keeping the legs flexed. We place the hands in the back of the knees and we sit up straight. We let the hands slide down right before your ankle. Put your hand in the back of your leg, right above your ankle, and then breathe in. And as you exhale, lay your chest down to your thigh. Now breathe in again. Slowly exhale and lengthen. Use your hands to pull your chest closer to your thighs, to pull your chin closer to your knees. Contract your belly inward as you exhale. And then breathe in, breathe out, release, extend your hands past your feet. Inhale up. Put your legs flat. Exhale your hands down to your knees and release your shoulders. Now close your eyes and breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Okay? So what is that called? Pyramid forward bending pose. So you make a pyramid with your knees first. Okay? And then you bend forward. Take your left hand, put it in the back of your left leg, your right hand in the back of your right leg. You inhale, lift the chest, and with your exhalation, lay the chest down. You hold it for 3 breaths. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly 3 times. Release, extend, inhale up, legs flat, flex the feet. And then exhale, the hands down to the knees. And then breathe. And this is your basic postures that you do in order to open up your spine, the muscles in the back of your legs, open up blood circulation throughout your body. Okay? Now, Let's bring both legs together, both feet together. And let's take the right hand and grab hold of your right leg. And then pull your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And then from here, you're going to release your right hip, your right knee, and your right ankle. Okay? And then you place your hands on your left knee. Before you go into the position, we're going to go into a forward bend. We're going to try to grab around the heel of the foot. Before you go into that position, clear your mind. So if you think, oh, I can't grab my foot, clear your mind. Breathe. When you exhale, release all of that self-doubt out of your mind. Now, as you breathe in, you extend your arms up to shoulders height. As you exhale, release and bend forward. Try to grab underneath your foot. Relax your neck. Bring your head all the way down. And then breathe in. You can you're almost there, Sister Fulani. You got it. You're touching your toe. Now breathe in and try to lay your chest close to your thigh, try to lay your chin down towards your knee. And breathe in. Slowly exhale. Release your foot. Now slowly inhale as you come up. Arms, shoulders height. Hold the position. Slowly exhale your hands down to your knee and close your eyes. And then breathe slow and deep. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now switch legs. You're going to release Now, you have release points. In every posture that you do, you have release points. So you're releasing from your left hip, your left knee, and your left ankle. Okay? The right foot, you have to flex in order to contract the muscles in the top of your leg so the muscles in the back of your leg can stretch. That's called agonist and antagonist. Okay? So the muscles in the front part of the leg has to contract, which allows the muscles in the back to stretch. That's why we hold the foot like that. That's why we flex the foot back. Okay? So get used to being able to do that and even be able to lift your leg up like this. Okay? Now, from here, you breathe in. And you have 3 release points. Your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Disengage your arms from your shoulders and grab around the bottom of your foot. And then breathe in. Slowly breathe out and relax into the position. Breathe in. Slowly exhale. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Let go of your feet. Let go of your foot. And as you inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, place your hands down to your knee. And release your shoulders. And breathe. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now switch legs. Maintain your flow. Bring the right foot in. Maintain your focus, maintain your concentration. Adjust your body. Place your hands on your left knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Remember to keep the tip of your tongue connected to the roof of your mouth. On your inhalation, let your arms rise to shoulders height. And on your exhalation, extend forward, reaching for the bottom of your foot. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Release your foot. Inhale yourself up. Exhale your hands down to your knee. Eyes are closed. I want you to breathe. Slow inhalation, pause. Slow exhalation, pause. Maintain your trance-like state. Switch legs. Right leg comes down, left leg comes in. You should notice that your body can go a little bit further into the posture with each repetition of the pose. Hands on the knee. Observing your breath. Slow your breath down. Then breathe in and elevate your arms to shoulders height. Hold that breath and then slowly release it as you go forward. Keep breathing. Release your foot. Inhale up. Exhale your hands down to your knee. And let your shoulders relax, your eyes close, and breathe. And try to feel how much deeper your breath has become. Now bring your left foot down next to your right. Legs together, feet together. Come down onto put your hands, scoot yourself forward a little bit. Come forward a little bit more. And then you're going to come down onto your forearms like this. And then you're going to bend your right knee, bend your left knee, and then ease onto your spine. Bringing the back of the head down to the mat. And then from here, you're going to take your right thigh and bring it up towards your chest. Put your hands around your right leg and pull your thigh all the way in to your chest and release your lower back. Release your right hip. Breathe in. Slowly exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and place your chin to your knee. Inhale. As you exhale, straighten your left leg and keep your left foot about 3 inches off the floor. So you want your chest to come into, you want your thigh to come into your chest, your chin to come up to your knee, and your left foot to be 3 inches off the floor. And then breathe in, exhale the back of your head to the mat. Bend your left knee and put your left foot to the mat. And then lower your right leg down, your right foot down next to your left foot. And place both your hands on your abdomen. And breathe in slowly. And breathe out slowly. And then bring your left thigh up towards your chest. Put your hands around your left thigh, around your left knee rather. Breathe in. As you exhale, release from your lower back and bring your left thigh all the way in as close to your chest as you can. You want to release any resistance in your left hip. And then from here, you breathe in. As you exhale, pull your thigh close to you and lift your head and shoulders and try to get your chin as close to your knee as you can. And then breathe in. As you exhale, straighten your right leg. Keep your right foot about 3 inches off the floor. And breathe in. Breathe out. And then lay the back of your head to the mat. Bend your right knee and put your right foot to the mat. And then lower your left foot down next to your right and put your hands on your abdomen. And breathe in. Slowly breathe out. And breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Now take both of your thighs up towards your chest and pull your thighs in close to your chest as you exhale. Wrap your arms around your legs and breathe in. Exhale your chin up towards your knees. Now lay the back of your head to the mat. Let your hands come down each leg right above your ankle and then put your feet flat. So spread your feet, open up your legs and put your feet flat on the floor if you can. And try to hold on to your leg right above your ankle. If you're not able to hold on to your leg, you can put your arms flat on the floor, put your hands flat on the floor next to your body. And then I want you to lift your lower back off the floor, lift your middle back off the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades together and push your pelvis up. And I want you to breathe in, slowly breathe out. Breathe in, slowly breathe out. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your upper back to the floor, your lower back to the floor, and then your middle back to the floor, your lower back to the floor rather. Tuck your hips until you want to feel your entire spine flat against the floor. And then breathe in, slowly breathe out. Breathe in, and slowly breathe out. Now we're going to try the same movement again. We're going to have the arms either around the legs or flat on the floor next to the body. And we're going to lift the lower back, lift the middle back, and with the exhalation, squeeze your shoulder blades together and push your pelvis up. Arch your spine. Very good. And breathe in, breathe out. And then the next test, maintain your position and take your left hand straight up and put it underneath your left shoulder. Put your palm flat. You're going to do a bridge. Everybody don't have to do it. Just do it if you know you can do it. Then put your right hand and then breathe in. Right hand underneath your shoulder. As you inhale, begin to push up. And as you exhale, push with your arms. And push all the way up. And release. The neck and shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale and push. Okay. Come down. That's okay. Breathe in. Exhale, push. Try to straighten your arms against the floor. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Good. Now breathe. Now come down as you exhale. Put the back of your head in your shoulders. Okay. And then breathe. You do it, Denise?
Yes.
Inhale. Oops, sorry. Exhale. Good. That's really good, Denise. Okay. I'm losing my balance.
Thank you.
Okay. Got one more over here. Come on. You trying to do it. Yes, you can. Push up. Look at that. Look at that. Get a picture. Now breathe.
Beautiful.
Breathe deep. That's all right.
Thank you.
I'm not going to mess with you.
We already called for a nurse in this.
Okay. Now, let's go, after we finish that, let's go into Sahu pose. So place your right palm on just place your hands on your stomach. And you can either keep your knees bent or you can keep your legs straight, however you feel. Place your hands on your abdomen and then breathe slow and deep through your nose. So let your abdomen expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out.